Mark Haggarty is a member of staff at Sport Fitness School, and he has Down syndrome, and he's been with us for 29 years now.
Who is Mark Haggarty? There's not a word that can necessarily describe it besides like authentic and one of a kind. Like,
he had an impact. It didn't matter where he was. He just had this ability to connect with people, to connect with kids.
Mark is a positive light in everybody's life. He is love.
The thing that makes Mark a valuable member is just the compassion that he has.
He's a lot of people's favorite person. You see Mark and you smile, and that's the impact that he has on everybody that comes through.
My name is Mark Haggarty. I coach from Sport Fitness School.
When you have a child who's born with special needs, you always want them to have the same opportunities and experience in life that everybody else has.
I started since I was a camper when I was 5. For the start, I couldn't speak till now. I could talk now because I went through speech therapy.
Mark was the first camper with special needs that was at Sports Fitness School, and they continued having more and more kids with special needs every year after that. He was treated the same as the rest of the campers. I think he had a very similar experience as the rest of the campers. It was not a situation where Mark was any different than anybody else.
Tell me about hiring him on as a coach. What was kind of the thinking behind that?
Yeah, I mean, if there's a word or two I can use to describe Mark, it's joyous and passionate. When we hire people, that's what we look for. People who want to make an impact in the lives of other people.
I spoke to Steve Green, who was the director at the time, and asked him if Mark could volunteer for part of the summer. And he said absolutely.
He had an impact. It didn't matter where he was, whether he was a JL, a camper once he started on staff. He just had this ability to connect with people, to connect with kids.
Everybody was so impressed with how well that he did. At the end of the summer, Steve told me that they wanted Mark to come back the next year, but they wanted him to come back as regular staff and be paid and be a counselor just like everybody else. So that was huge.
So we had absolutely no hesitation bringing Mark on. He was fantastic. He's so passionate. He just wanted to be here and be a part of it and help out wherever he could.
The culture and the atmosphere of SFS wouldn't be where it's at today if Mark wasn't part of it.
Mark has had some tremendous friendships that have developed out of working at SFS.
You know, you're working all week, and then Thursday or Saturday, whenever the party was, it would always be a costume party, and Mark never missed a beat with the costumes. Yeah, he loves a good party.
Are you a wild partier?
Not too much.
What happens at camp stays at camp. Mark doesn't tell us anything. For instance, I just heard there was a hockey game yesterday.
And we had an Olympic theme going on, and we were doing some like wiffle ball shooting on a goalie, and it was a shootout.
I don't know if you've seen this or not.
I think, Mark was the last to go, and they were kind of passing back and forth slowly. And then it kind of looked like Mark wasn't really like prepared to use the stick. And then he ripped a shot like top left corner.
Oh!
He just ate up the hype. Everyone instantly was cheering like, Mark, 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 Mark.
But I asked Mark when I picked him up yesterday, so how was your day? All good. Anything special you want to tell me? Nope.
I think the first sport I had with him is he was helping out in flag football, and I had an athlete. He was having a really hard time. He was like, can you ask the other kids to not make fun of me? and Mark came over and he said, "Ollie, do you want to pass with me?" And they had like just a little moment tossing a football back and forth, and getting a little emotional here, but it was really special.
They felt that he had contributed a lot by his spirit, and they thought that they should recognize that spirit and encourage others to show that same kind of spirit, and that's how they developed the Mark Haggarty Spirit Award.
So the Mark Haggarty Award is an award that is given annually to a staff member of Sport Fitness School. That means they are the most motivating coach of coaches.
And so to have an award named after you means people are striving for those values that you portray because you are you.
Certainly, I think Mark brings a relatability, and he has opened the door, certainly, for lots of others to go, hey, I can do that too.
And what has that meant to you and your family?
The fact that they think that he's so special means a great deal.
With Mark retiring, what's the legacy that he leaves with SFS?
It's emotional to think of this place without Mark here. We're very proud of the one-on-one support program that we offer at Sport Fitness School. It means a lot to a lot of people, to families in our community, and certainly to staff. Mark, thank you so much for everything that you have given to Sport Fitness School over the years. I know that I was a better coach for having the opportunity to work alongside you.
And Mark used to say, Steve Green, the man, the legend. That was kind of his thing. And I say the same, sitting here. He's the man, he's the legend. His legacy is so big and so far-reaching.
Mark, whatever you decide to do, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, for my whole family.
I love you, man. You're genuine, one of the most genuine people I've ever met in my life, if not the most genuine person I've ever met.
Oh yeah, it's a tough one. I'll probably choke up a bit here. Mark, buddy, you had an impact on a lot of people. You are the man and you are the legend. Thank you that you have continued to just make an impact in this community for young people, buddy.
The camp is gonna miss you, but I know you'll still be around McMaster, and your impact, your legacy, and who you are will always be with SFS.
And so are there kids with special disabilities that look up to you because they see you as a coach?
Yes.
How does that feel?
Wow.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you have a message you would like to say to some of those kids that might watch this video?
Be yourself, be unstoppable, and smile.